I am I? Well then, if that is the case, then let's get things sorted here. I had to put the cat out of the way. He was right. The other cats were being fed cool stuff. But he wasn't so lucky. Okay, there. Do you have the view here, the reflection? I'm out here. Chumpos is out here. It's quite a mess. I remember what it looks like when it looks nice, and this isn't it. This is a lot different from that. I should sit here and look at it and fix it. But you know, it, as odd as that may sound, there hasn't been time. It takes so long to do anything now. And there's so many breaks. You have to have so many breaks in between. So what used to take 10 minutes now could take an hour. Oh my goodness, I tried to step up onto this bit of construction platform. So there was the ground, and then there was a couple of inches before there was a 2x10. And then you could step, it was like that. So I could step on that. And then on top of that was another 2x10. So I had to step about 12 inches and then step 10 inches. No railing, nothing to hold on to. It was, it was quite difficult. I had a very hard time. Took me forever. And I really mean forever. It was like you could have gotten up and gone walked to the bathroom and been there and back by the time I got up one step. And then I did the next step. And finally, I lay down on a board. And by laying down, because I couldn't get up the step, I could put my foot on the step and my knee was sticking up. But I had nothing to pull with or push with. I couldn't bend forward and push on the ground because my knee was in the way. Anyway, so I ended up crawling up there somehow, pulling myself and sliding across on a board. And that was like so successful. I was up. Couldn't stand up yet. That was another process. It was just about to start. But I had to have a break. It's amazing. Like what changes, eh? Things you never expect to change, and they change, and it's always quite a shock. What? Wait, what's going on now? But you're really not supposed to talk about it. You're supposed to accept it with grace and nod your head, and all is well. Oh well. I guess that's why it happens for a while. Because it gives you a chance to realize it. Hello. Oh, here come the bathroom boys. They've been fed their tuna. Chum's a little jealous because he didn't get any tuna. Oh well. Oh, here comes Mongol. Here, you could chase Mongol, Chumbles. He's here now. It's fun watching these cats, you know? It's different than the birds. I like watching the birds, and you can get them to come and you can hand feed them, and that is very nice. But not with cats. It's either or, not both. But it's such a nice surprise that even though I'm not feeding them, they're about. They're here. I mean, there's a robin up in that tree, and there's been robins in various trees back here. And there's been bluebirds. Is that a bluebird there now? No, a sparrow. They're flitting from tree to tree. I'm not feeding them. But you know what happened in the spring? As soon as the snow backed off, all the rotten tomatoes that had been left on the ground were covered with seeds. And I went back a couple weeks later, or some amount of time later, and the rotten tomato skins, the orange, they were still there, but there were no seeds on them anymore. So they were eaten quite right away. I didn't realize that. I thought that this was a new find, that I could find that the tomatoes were on the ground and I could just cover them with a little dirt in spring anytime. But you'd have to cover them right away. You should probably cover them in the... But those are the ones that end up being the tomato plants on the compost patch. I did use the rototiller, and I went about, and I'll show you this here. I went about with the rototiller, and I rototilled this patch. And you see that row of greenery in the middle? That's the same flowers coming back, the big tall flowers. But by tilling it, I was able to remove a whole lot of grass. This I didn't do anything with. There's tulips coming along here. Somebody dropped some compost in the center there. And now these are all motherwort, which is a very prickly plant. I believe it's motherwort. Maybe I have to check it in the book. My memory is kind of mixed up right now. This is a daylily. But I did remember last year I dug this area here up, and I put in bee balm. You see, and there's bee balm up here. That's why I wanted to get rid of the grass, because the last time there was bee balm, the grass overcame it, and that was the end of the bee balm. And once the bee balm was out of the way, then those ginormous sunflower, they're not sunflowers. Anyway, I got a ladder to get up to use the self-tapping screws. I'll show them to you. Only they don't say self-tapping, and I wonder, is that a difference? So these are they. Look at this, they're from Vietnam. Quality. Self-drilling. Okay, that's it. So they're self-drilling, and I stand up there with that drill and hold it into that hole where it's supposed to make a new hole. And it won't go. Now maybe the cap is on backwards. Maybe that's the problem. Could very well be. If I got up there and removed that whole ring, I don't need to do that. I just need to open that one spot, take out that cap, and turn it around. It's not easy, you know, it's pretty high. I put that whole thing together and now I can't get up there to fix it. I knew there could be problems when I was doing it. Well, there's some activity here for sure. I also rototilled up there. I have manure on it and I have leaves on it. The weeks are rushing by. Look at how tall the grass is. It's time to cut the grass. Imagine. It's time to pick everything up out there and put it away. Do something with all these hoses. Maybe I could bury the hose from here to there, and then it could be used everywhere, but it wouldn't be everywhere. Maybe I could hang it up on these hooks. I was thinking this whole place here, I need to put a post in the corner. I mean, it looks like Grandma's house, and it's been there for 100 years, and it's all falling apart. Of course, this is just put there a couple years ago. Anyway, I want to put this post in the ground right here at the corner. Get rid of the metal post. Do the same halfway and at the corner. Then I want to run proper wire across and have my grapevines in order. I guess I should get that done. I think that might be worthy of getting in the car and going to get the drill. I mean, the hole digger. We're going to go to Ottawa today. I don't know when. We're going to go to an embassy, and I will drop off my passport and my passport application. Hi, Chickadee. How are you, Scout? Hello. I'm not feeding you. I'm sorry. I know it's not the way it used to be, but it has to be this way. You have a lot of fields of seeds. You can deal with life the way everyone else does. I know I've been propping up the lives of your enemies. It's not fair fight anymore, is it? And so these green plants, they look pretty. Are pretty plants. But you can't eat them, and they leave behind prickly stuff. Every day I've looked at these flowers and thought, I'm going to get out there and just tidy up those tulips. Do you know how hard it is to get down there and tidy up those tulips? But I did other things, not quite. Oh, there's a birch bark, a birch thing there. I made a nice birch container the other day. So we're going to hang out in a coffee shop in Ottawa because that's what they feel like doing. I don't know if I can think of anything more boring than that. But whatever. Maybe it won't be boring. Maybe I'll play Minecraft. Maybe I can do a live Minecraft from there. Nobody's here. Nobody comes to see when I put videos on anymore. I must have gotten boring. Well, it was bound to happen. I mean, there's just so much you can handle before it's boring. Ever so boring. I have to hook up this and get manure in it. Yes.
You like my outfit?
Your outfit.
Okay.
I'm
prepared
yes.
for everything in case it's cold, in case I go to the office, in case it's go to the beach.
Yeah, this whole thing is beach wear with the Arctic top.
Well, this I can see how it sort of seems like a beach shirt, but this is highly professional.
Dressing in layers is excellent. Are you preparing for the? Is it warm upstairs? Or are you preparing for being in the coffee shop?
Oh, I see what you mean. Let me check with Anna.
Oh my goodness. So then we may be going to Ottawa today to the coffee shop. Or we may not. We were gonna go. Oh my goodness. The pressure I'm under to get certain things done. I need my passport renewed. And I can't go with them. They're going to Mexico and I can't go with them because I don't have a passport. I'm ready to go to Mexico. I think that'd be fun. Go for a few days, be in a different world. This world is pretty cool, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna go to Jamaica. I'm gonna go hang out in the mountains with the Rasta. I did that when I was 17 for 6 months. I learned and learned and learned and learned and learned. They spoke the Bible. They lived the Bible. It thundered and they would raise their fists to the sky and say, I, Rastafari. They loved God. He was in everything. He helped them everywhere. They didn't like to see people put fertilizer on their crops, on their gardens, because it was stealing from God, trying to get more than the earth was going to give. Kind of interesting. What in the world is this cat playing with? This is the cat zoo, cat television. What in the world has he got? Is it a ball of fluff? Well, whatever it is, it's not very important anymore. Oh, look, there could be water here. Yes, you can see where this could go. If you step on it right, you probably could come out. You know you're being watched, right? Mongol and Sister Meow Kiss Meow. She had babies. 5 of them. And then there's the king of the jungle, Sir Trumbles. But it rained, and so there's water up on this table. Oh, let's just see. But what is that awful noise? We must wait for that noise to go away. It is rather deafening. And listen to it go way into the distance and fade out. And life can go back to normal. We're on a hill. The road goes around the hill. So no matter where they are, you can hear it. Well, you've had enough trying to get the water. The sound has stopped. You're free. Yes, is there compost up there? Is that not supposed to be in there? Attracting raccoons to the middle of the grapevines? I don't think so. And he's gone. Look at this. The lilacs are starting to green up. Isn't that nice? And if you go close to him, you can see, maybe I can even do this. There's the lilac flowers are going to be about 6 inches long, right? But there are the beginnings of them, those little dash marks. Those are all flowers. And they're going to get bigger. And they're purple. Interesting. Anyway, those are the first signs of spring. We don't have a leaf on the tree yet. This is not even opening into flower yet, as nor is that big one, the Osei tree. And these have not opened into flowers yet either. They flower before they, oh, that one looks like it might have, that might be in flower. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Hello. Has there been a decision made? I'm sorry.
We want to start at 9. Start from here at 9. Is that okay for you?
You want to go at night tonight?
No.
At 9.
Yeah.
Oh, 9. Okay, I thought you said night. 9 is fine. We'll leave at 9. Okay, we have an hour and a half. Okay, perfect. Okay, now I know the day. I am the driver today. Remember when you had kids at home and they're all teenagers and your whole life was taxi driver? I taught my kids to hitchhike. I'm such a lazy mother. Oh my gosh. I guess this is what life is now, is sitting around telling you stories. I get ideas. Hi, Tyler. Good morning. It's a little overcast here in Ontario. It's a gloomy, gloomy day, but it's cold enough that it's uncomfortable and so we have no bugs. So do you want to have cold hands, cold bones, or bugs? You know, you gotta pick your battles. So we're gonna sit out here and have cold hands, cold bones in my hands. Now I've realized that if you put the picture down here, which is where you really usually do, nobody can see it because that's where all the words are on shorts. You can't move the words out of the way. And you can't tap on them to see the little said like dot, dot, dot. And you tap on it, you never get to see the rest of what it said. That's all they ever put. Oh well. But on shorts, you can comment. Other people might have the same comments, like say this in English. There's one that's just this wonderful little girl who makes things, and her Chinese father. They wrote Chinese, and her Chinese mother. And oh, is that racial to say it? I just think of that culture is such a smart race of people. They are brilliant. Anyway, maybe I only see them because those are the only ones who ever were able to go to international school. I don't know why I got this idea, but back in the days before you had to be politically correct, it was always my belief that they were very smart. And I also, as a shopping investigator, was told not to test the honesty of Chinese people. Never do it because they're honest. They would never do. You know, and the Mexicans were like that too. There was this little girl and she was accused of stealing gum. And her mother spanked her, and like it was really bad. That you don't ever steal. This was a bad thing. They were Catholics, and anyway, so Mexicans were very honest. I grew up knowing that. That's my other racially stereotype, but I come from before, what's it called? You know, The Emperor Has No Clothes. What an amazing book. It's like a prophecy of our day, wasn't it? The Emperor Has No Clothes. Oh yes, Emperor, we will make you the finest clothes. Yes, we will use the finest silks and the finest gold tapestry, and you will be the most finely dressed, and it's magical. Only those who have.
So when's Zaid coming here?
Today, I believe.
So in the other car or what?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But these are magical clothing. Notice how I just went right back to where I was. These were magical clothing. And only those who were wise could see them. And those who were not wise could not see the clothes. And for some strange reason, the emperor thought this was a good idea. If they weren't going to see the clothes, what were they exactly going to see? What was under the clothes? He hadn't thought this out very well, had he? Anyway, so in the end, the emperor, who cannot see the clothes, notice the con job going on here. The emperor could not see the clothes because he was not a wise man. You see? And so the weavers, who were the bad guys, who weren't going to weave anything, who were only going to pretend to put clothes on him, they laid this plan out. They laid in wait, and he bought it because he was so vain and he only cared about himself and he wanted to be the most spectacular, and they played on his vanity. Now that's a good idea. If you need to deal with somebody, if you know somebody like this, and you need to play on their vanity, you can get what you want. But then you have just lowered yourself to con man right there alongside them, and you are no longer wise. So, you got to choose your choices, because you pays your money and you takes your choice. You pays your money and you takes your choice. That's my father's profundity. Is that what profundity means? I don't know. I used to sit out here, listen to the birds, watch the cats. The birds so far are staying away from the ground around here. Tain't nothing for you here. Keep flying. The birds are going to come back on the 1st of May. What's today? Is it May Day, May Day? 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. So 30 days hath April. This was April, wasn't it? April, the month of Canada geese. Rainy days. Warming soil. And sprouting grass. Hello.
So,
How would you be?
excelling.
I see you've
in-
changed into...
I'm excelling as an ant.
Oh, how excellent. An ant.
No, I'm excelling as an ant,
Ant.
which is excellent.
Oh, you can see where I get it from. He is excelling as an ant. He's excellent. Oh my goodness, I love my kids. Ah. So I have a role, and I have to embrace this role. I don't know if any of you have had to deal with this yet, but this is a new role. And the role is old person that sits around. And I don't like that role. I think that role absolutely sucks. But yet, that is the role that I have adopted. Old lady that sits around. And the worst thing about sitting around, I better stand up. The worst thing about sitting around is that when I sit too long, not only am I stiff, and it's like, oh yeah, I sat too long and then I got up and I was stiff. Big deal. No. Then I got up and I was paralyzed. And it was all I could do to make it to the next chair before I collapsed. You been there? Have you done that yet? There's the distance. I certainly have a lot of crap out here. I was trying to take a picture out here the other day. I looked at this and I thought, well, there's nothing, you can't take a picture of any of that. Look at all that crap. So you want to see this pretty tree? Well, you can't film that pretty tree, not from here. I mean, bless his heart, he made a greenhouse. He made a really cool greenhouse. He was gonna rototill in there before, but I don't think that happened yet. But he's made a greenhouse. He did it. I've done it, and I've seen that it wasn't worth doing because it doesn't really help at all. The plants still get frozen. By the time that it's warm enough that you can put them outside in the greenhouse without them getting frozen, it's okay to put them in the ground. Our weather is what it is. So you can see that Nancy today should just get out there and tidy things up, pick it all up, put it in the wheelbarrow, push it all along, take it away, right? Tidy it up. But Nancy today, that is actually Nancy yesterday. Nancy today does a really good job to get from here to here to look at it. You know, I can look at it now. Isn't this fun? Hey, Chumbles, are you coming to console me? It's okay, Grandma. It's okay. You're new now. Look, it doesn't matter that your hand looks like that. You used to be a person. Now you're an old woman who can only look at the mess, and the mess is bigger because I still have ideas, right? And so I'm still doing things like collecting birch bark because I think I'm going to do all this. Look at what I've got to do. Been given a life expectancy of 20 years. And look at this bag of bark. Now that is a lot of beautiful baskets. This is all of the material for one basket. It has now succumbed to black mold. This is a basket full of dandelion leaves. Oh wait, these top ones are not. These top ones are, they're a sedge, a different kind of sedge. They go there. And that me too. But this is dandelion. And you can make rope out of dandelion. I mean, that's probably the best. I mean, making a basket out of it, it does not seem to be the best use of your time. This is also a gift that was given to me. My friend and her son Stephen, they went he was swinging on the swings. He must have been much younger. But he is a young person. She gathered all of these long needle pine needles. Look at that. I didn't even know they were in bundles. Look at that. I never knew that before. I'd taken a few out, but I never knew they were bundled up. Isn't that wonderful? So these are going to become pine needle things. I could take that, and I could do that today. I could use, you see now over here I've got some spruce root. This should be in that one. Should these. This should be in the other one. And what about finishing this? Like, why not? What's wrong with it? Let's finish it. Are you trying to take the tinting off the door? It seems like that's your plan there, kitty cat. Anyway, so I have this forever amount of ideas. And creativity is that's like where life comes from, eh? I mean, that's like makes you happy, excited, energetic. Inspired is a good word. I figured out what's wrong with my wheel. The belt is slipping. I believe that's what's happening. And the dampness of the day will dampen them. And this is for my what was it I was making from there? You see this stuff, and where's my needle? I have a purple needle here somewhere. So that would go with this. Oh dear. I need my needle. Shall we go inside? It's damp out here now. Is that what you've been trying to tell me? Is that it finally? It's like, hello, hi. In the clues. All right, well, goodbye, folks. It's been fun.